Ben's done a lot of training, so has Kathleen. Eli's done nothing. This is his first, he's done a little bit actually. These are their first lessons, and I must admit it's a joy teaching one's own children. I can be extremely pedantic because we train every day around this time in the morning and go over, I'm teaching the Yang Lu Chan's form at its medium frame level. Because I can do it so pedantically, and because we're doing it every day and we live together obviously, I can go into a much more advanced level of teaching than I would normally do if I were only teaching one class a week, for instance. So I'm taking them on to the next sort of level, which is called medium frame level, and I'll be going to it in very great detail. For instance, so far we're up to the posture known as double pung, and we've had about, I don't know, 6 or 7 lessons. And so that's how slowly we're going. So each morning we just learn, some mornings we only learn half a move, and if it's not right the next day, then we don't go on until it's right. And this is the exact way to learn Tai Chi correctly. A lot of people, for instance, get my tapes and they ring me up 2 weeks later and they say, well, I've learnt the form now, what do I do next? Well, you know, if my children learn half a move, and then sometimes that has to be corrected the next day and we don't even go on, well, think about people who don't even have me there by them correcting them every day. So that's how pedantic you must be learning your Tai Chi form. Now, I'm going to just go back to the beginning because this was an afterthought to film this because I thought other people might like to see it in such perfect detail. So I'm going to go back and teach them, and I'll just say, okay, this is day 1, this is day 2, and so on, so that you can maybe follow those days as well. And then when we catch up, when we get up to double pung, then it really will be like the next, when I film on here, the next lesson really will be the next day and the next lesson and so on. But I'll just go over it, what we've done so far up to double pung, and try and get it in as much pedantic form as I can. Okay, so starting from the top, chillin'. Okay, I'm going to give you something different now. Watch what I do when I do the first movement. Hands by your sides. There's a fist distance under each arm. The hands are turned in slightly like that. So if you brought them together they would touch, see that? So they're turned in slightly. The quads are always open. You're looking straight ahead, the chin's pulled in gently. There's the tongue is resting on the hard palate like you're saying the letter L. The most important thing though is to totally relax your shoulders and your upper body. Sink your energy down, sink everything down, totally relax before you start. On an inhalation you raise your hands and they turn in slightly. They come together and turn in. They're only about 2 inches apart here, and see how there's an angle going down like that. Not too much, Eli. That's it. And must remember not to raise your elbows. You see, your elbows must be down below your wrists. Always your elbows are below your wrists. So just have your elbow down a little bit. That's it, Kathleen. Sorry. That's it. Maybe your wrists are a little bit too bent, Ben. Just have them extended just a tad. And maybe your arms out a little bit more as well. That's an in-breath. And then we have an out-breath on the way down. See how they sort of splay out as they go down. The hands sort of splay back out as they go around. They won't stop here, of course. They go straight into the next move, but they splay back out from here on the exhalation. To get the correct width for your feet, okay, just show me the correct width. Feet together. Turn them out as far as they'll go, and then turn your heels out so they're absolutely parallel on the insides. Yours aren't quite parallel, Ed. I put this right here like that's it. See how I've done little lines here? That's important to have those lines there to teach students how to step. The first step we take is always the most difficult. Most people drag their foot across so they don't get a proper bow stance. The bow stance has always got to be shoulder width apart. Okay, let's try it again. In breath. out breath. Now you notice we're using natural breathing to start with. Much better to start with natural breathing, because reverse breathing or tortoise breathing or prenatal breathing is much more difficult. It creates tension if you don't know what you're doing. So it's much better to start with natural breathing, which means that when I breathe in, this comes out. And when I breathe out, that goes in. There must be nothing of this, see? See how the shoulders raised and the chest stuck out up here? You don't want to look like a bodybuilder, right? So you want to totally relax. So only this area, see, my shoulders will not move. Watch. Oh. My shoulders won't move. See that? Only the belly stuck out. And when I breathe out, and it just goes in. Okay, so we've done the first move. Now after the first move, you actually, just before you get back down to the correct position, you sweep, you do a little arc. You don't go 1, 2, because that's a sharp movement. See, if you come down like this, stop, and then go out like that, that's a sharp movement. What you want is, as you're coming down, just before you get back down there, your left hand comes across a little bit, see, it comes across a little bit, and then it's going to swing out like this. However, I'm going to give you something new to begin with. Let's just take it onto its medium frame level. Now watch what I'm going to do. When I raise my hands, let's just do this in bits. We'll do it in 2 bits. Just move the weight forward onto the balls of your feet and then sit back onto your heels. Okay? Let's try it again. Breathe in and let your weight come forwards. Relax your shoulders. Totally relax. Here. That's it. Relax your shoulders. Let your elbows drop. That's it. Arms extended a bit more, Ben. Now as you come back again, just sink your weight back towards your heels, back to the normal position as you bring your hands down. Now that weight change should happen with don't go like this, and then do the move, and then do the move, or conversely. Thank you. I think that's one of my relatives up there. You must. Can you hear that, Sam? You can. Oh God! Shut up! Blue, go and get the cow. Where's the cow? Go on, get the cow. Get the cow. Very obedient dog. Okay, so the weight must be changing all the way as your hands are moving up, so you must control it. So there's only a little bit of weight change, see? So you've really got to control your hands and move the weight very slowly. Now the weight's back, you see? Now I'm going to show you something different. As well as that, when you bring your hands up, you have to turn just slightly to the right as you bring your weight forward, and then you turn slightly to the left as the weight's forward, and then bring it back onto your heels like that. So you're actually doing a circle, like see your body's turning out to the right, out to the left as the weight comes forward onto your right toe, then the left toe, then the left heel, and then both heels together, you see? So you're just sort of turning like this. You're just doing a little turn with your hands. So it comes up, you turn out to the right. So you've got to still do your hands like as if you were doing it in the beginning. See, like this, and then just like that. But you've got to turn to the right just slightly, and bring your weight forward, and then go over to the left, and then down onto your heels. Keep your core open. In breath. Relax your shoulders. And out breath. Just turn a little bit more, Eli. Watch, I'll do it in front of you. Later on these circles get much less, of course. Now I want you to let your left hand slightly lead your right hand, just slightly. So watch, I'll do it very exaggeratedly here, but you don't do it like this, look. See that? But just do it much less than that, you see, rather than just going up and down. Let's just get it, left hand just leads the other one very slightly, so the left hand is actually going yin and yang before the right hand. Thank you, babe. Okay, your hips and your shoulder must turn to the right, you see? Now once you get this, of course, your hands don't even raise that much.